Hello, welcome once again to another safety moment. I remain your host, Effanga Bassey, and today we'll be discussing the topic workplace violence prevention. Workplace violence prevention. That's the topic for today. A few days ago, I watched a video, very terrifying video of a road safety officer while on the road doing his duty. I don't know what transpired between him and a truck driver, and at the end of the day, the road safety official was smashed to death. Some time ago, I also watched another video between a two staff working in a warehouse where they are stacking empty gas cylinder, and one of them picked the cylinder and smashed the head of the other person and killed. And several other cases of violence at work which are avoidable if necessary steps were taken to avoid them. So that's what we want to discuss today. Yeah, we live in era now. There was a time where our concern was on threat from machines, threat from maybe the surrounding work environment, threat from the materials you're handling or chemicals, threat from electricity, and that was part of the reason why safety officers were recruited to ensure that all necessary controls are in place, okay, to manage hazard at that level. But we are in a period where all the threats in those things are addressed, but the main threat now are people. People are now considered to be the threats at work, and most times people come to work, they are not killed by machines, but they are killed by human beings. It could be fellow worker, it could be maybe the clients, the people they are serving, or the public they are serving, or it could be maybe from any other humans you can think of. And these are all preventable. So in the field of safety, we look at all these things, all what we need to do or we can do to reduce fatality is our concern. So that is where we are, and that is reason why we must take this topic very serious. How does workplace violence begins? First, in every workplace, you have people, like I said, interacting with one another, and most times you see there is relationship gets sour. People have disagreement, yeah, and the course of doing the work, but most times people take things personal. Some people become too emotional, to the point of being tempted to think otherwise. Now, the first thing that will happen in any workplace is um, verbal threats. There will be what? Some unpleasant remark. Sometimes people will start making unpleasant remark about the person. Look at this fool. Look at this idiot. You don't even know how to do this. I'm the one doing all the work. He's taking all the glue. All those things. So most times it could be from that unpleasant remark. And then you have also threats, maybe verbal threat. I will kill you. I will deal with you. I will sack you. People also take those things to mind. And from there, when you don't take steps, to address those things, because some of those things are not needed in the workplace place. Productivity is does not just depend on the competency of the person, but the state of mind of the individual also matters, and the way the relationship the person also enjoy at work also matters. And then you also have verbal abuse. Sometimes there will be verbal abuse. People could quarrel. I said it was just quarrel. They were settled. No, okay. And then you could have also physical assault when the quarrel continue and you are unable to stop it or to investigate the cause and then prevent reoccurrence, then definitely there will be fighting. And when people fight and then appropriate measure is not taken also to prevent reoccurrence, then the worst case scenario, which is the undesired event, okay, is will happen, which is death. And people will, how now? Just this little thing, like I mentioned, the case of those two staff at the warehouse stacking gas cylinder. It didn't just they didn't quarrel that time. Maybe they had happened some time ago, and suddenly, it result to where they find themselves. What is workplace violence? Workplace violence is any act or threat of physical violence, harassment, intimidation, or any other threatening, disruptive behavior that occurs at the work site. Your work site could be a duty post, maybe inside your office, or those maybe a reception, security post on the road, like the case of a security agency. Those are their work sites or their duty post. And one time or the other, we are all faced with this threat. Wow. I have a short video to also share with you. We'll watch that video and then we'll make a little comment, and then we'll come back to discuss the prevention. Okay? So just take a few minutes and let's watch the video.
Yourself a safety officer. You see what you are doing? You see what you are doing? Safety officer. A road safety officer. Look at what you are doing. You do that. You want to kill. You see your wife on your road. Which one? You see what you are doing to my vehicle. You see what you are doing? You see what you are doing to my vehicle. You are doing. Look at what you are doing to your vehicle. Is this right? Yes. You see what you are doing to my vehicle. Don't worry. Don't worry. Wait. Don't worry. I must take this thing to glass house. You must get this. You know her name. Make sure you get her name. Yes, of course. Our number is M. You are spoiling my vehicle. So you are seeing it. Do you see what you are doing? Don't worry, I get the time now. See, you see what you are doing to my vehicle. Don't fight now. Don't fight, don't. And you call yourself a safety officer. You are a disgrace to force me. What of you? I'm not. You want to break my hand? Are you not a disgrace? Are you not a disgrace? You put it on pack. Video them very well. Video them very well. Good.
Okay, welcome back. I'm sure you've watched the video and there are a few things you've learned from there. So let's talk about the prevention. What are the measures I would suggest organization should pick? First is zero tolerance policy. You need to develop a zero tolerance policy for workplace violence at work. The workplace should not be tolerated for any kind of violence, whether it is verbal or physical assault in any form. Next one is you need to develop what we call an SOP, standard operating procedure, a well-written standard operating procedure to guide the worker. Okay, there should be a well-written standard operating procedure to guide the worker. Okay, for every job. The next one is supervision. You must have someone to supervise the job. There must be someone accountable for actions of other junior officers or people at the field doing the work. There must be someone to give feedback to the office and then take directive from the office and advise accordingly. People should not just take things personal and act the way they like. And then another thing is you have to take feedback, very important. If somebody complain about supervisor, complain about fellow worker, you need to take that peer report very serious. Don't just ignore. Don't just say, this person, they are fond of complaining. No, take every report serious and see how you can address them timely. The next one is training. You see, other than maybe, well, most times, most companies focus on expertise training. But now, look at relationship. You can do training on interpersonal relationships, so it's important, okay, that you focus on training and retraining of your workers. The next one is ERP. What we call ERP is emergency response plan. So what's an emergency response plan if all the preventive measures put in place fail? Okay, first is you need to look at the scenario, get involved, get the police involved, okay? Because at that point it is now a security threat, so you need to involve the police as soon as possible, the security agency as soon as possible, and ensure that the culprit is arrested. The culprit is arrested. The culprit is also prosecuted accordingly to serve as deterrent to others. And like in this case of this video we watch, first I would like to advise motorists, please ensure that your particulars are in order and all the road safety requirements are in place. Okay, because that's the origin. Why will you need to run away from road safety? You are trying to avoid being fined, and that this issue of fine is also an area which I have concern also with government. For me, road safety is not supposed to be a revenue generating agency. They should be service oriented. And that is why I feel that the issue of maybe, yeah, you see somebody on the road, the person is not use seatbelt, and then you say, oh, you write a paper and say this person should be fine, go to the bank and pay. No, for me, I feel we should go back to the era of mobile court. Yeah, there should be a special court for traffic offenses where people will be tried and let them defend themselves. Okay, by the time they find themselves guilty at the court now will direct them, go to the bank and pay. But these days, maybe road safety guy will just see you on the road. By the time you even try to give explanation, nobody will listen. I've watched some other countries what they do. We watch some video and you see how traffic offenses are handled. Would the road safety guy should not also be too hostile. Your approach when you make it look like you are a bully or maybe you are trying to attack the motorists, you also create this kind of enmity. Okay, then issue of alcohol policy is also important. Companies should take it serious. Alcohol tests, use breathalyzer to test the states of the person, and this is also part of what I want to see our road safety guys doing. Maybe when you meet a motorist, you have a way of talking the people to calm down, and then you should also be able to confirm whether this person is under the influence of alcohol or not, because this will also inform how you should address the issue. Because two people cannot be mad at the same time, and it is very, very disgraceful if we see you on uniform, you know, acting disrespectfully. So, this is just my few points. I will appreciate your comments. I will appreciate your input. I will appreciate you share the video also to educate the motorists, educate other people on workplace violence prevention. It will save life. So, watch the video on our YouTube channel, like it, subscribe, make your comment. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your time for watching this video.